I call the European Union to declare the 15th of January the European Genocide Day to commemorate the horrors which Serbia has committed against Kosovo Albanians in the war in '99 and also before the apartheid. The day of Račak, that was the day of the massacre in '99, which changed the direction of European politics. It's very important that this will be a European-wide Memorial Day, and I call that the EU is making it very clear that this is recognized European-wide as a genocide, and that we really work together to condemn it. And also Serbia has to work on its past, because the crimes of the past may never be forgotten. And that is very important, because Serbia's EU candidate status must be frozen because of their criminal past. And only when they regret and repent and remedy and also actively remorse and pay compensation, and then we can consider a EU future of Serbia. Until then, it's impossible. And today it's the 16th of January. It's the 5th year's anniversary of Oliver Ivanovic's murder. And I also call the EU and the US to ask to put an inquiry committee why this pro-European politician of the Kosovo Serb minority was killed. Who was behind it? Was it Mr. Vucic's order? Was it the revenge that Oliver Ivanovic opposed the forming of a united Serb list, the Srpska lista? What's behind all this? And this must be investigated, because his terrible murder must not be forgotten. And it's now the 5th anniversary. There are many other murders in Serbian history, like of course Mr. Djindjic murder, but Stambolic and others, yeah, and the famous journalist which Milosevic all killed. That's not all the personal responsibility of Mr. Vucic, of course, today, but the state and the nation of Serbia must show a distancing of herself from political murder. Only then there can be obviously a European democracy and a candidate status country worth the name. And it's another reason why I say until this happens, Serbia must be isolated, and the EU candidate status and all EU funding must be frozen until they really show remorse and join the West and behave normally. And I call the European Union, do not repeat the Chamberlainian kind of appeasement. And the Americans again do that big mistake, because they don't want the Southern Front. That's all fine, but a country that constantly threatens with war, what kind of peace we can have with such a country, and how seriously it can be integrated in the European Union? Absolutely, the policy of appeasement is a constant failure, and we should stop it. But contain Serbia as a Russian proxy, name and shame it, and isolate and freeze all the funding, and support our allies more. Because that's the logic of being serious, because we should support the allies, the friends, reward good behavior and punish bad behavior, and not reward good behavior, as unfortunately some in America have decided to do. The appeaser-in-chief, Jack Sullivan, and his counselor, Derek, they are building some partnership with Serbia, which is completely undeserved, while Serbia is messing up Montenegro, blocking Bosnia, and harming and threatening war even against Kosovo, and making no progress in the last 11 years, 12 years now, and especially since 2014, there is absolutely regress and a further tilt towards Russia by Serbia, and that is unfortunately, and still today, something appeasement works, and I say no to appeasement. It's absolutely the wrong policy. Containment, isolation, much better, and support for Kosovo's and Bosnia's NATO membership, and fast-track EU accession and Eurasization of Albania, Macedonia is the much better policy, and I hope wisdom will come in 2023 to the European Union and NATO policy on the Balkans. Please support Kosovo's NATO membership and support the EU candidate status, and grant the euro for Albania and North Macedonia, and also have Bosnia in NATO. This is the policy, Derek and Jack. What you're doing is utter nonsense, and it's very dangerous. Thanks a lot. Let's be optimistic at the beginning of the year. The campaign goes on. Peace by NATO and by EU integration. And please, if you have not recognized Kosovo up to now in the EU, do it now, because we need much progress and we need it fast. Thanks a lot here from Pristina. Bye.